Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what is a spiritual awakening and how it can change our life forever. Now, when it comes to a spiritual awakening is basically us shedding off layers of conditioning which we have received in our childhood. So it's almost like we peel those layers off and we evolve to our true selves and our true nature and our true way of being, our authentic self. So when it comes to spiritual awakening, basically we end up realizing and looking at certain programs that we have in our mind. So our mind is programmed and conditioned in our childhood, growing up, by our parents, by people around us, by what we watch, by what we see, by what we learn from other people. It's almost like even advice when we get from other people, it's in a way something that runs in our mind. It's basically us having certain programs in our mind growing up. So when it comes to this, what we must realize is that a spiritual awakening is basically us becoming more aware about what we believe, what we feel, the way we think, the way we look at our life. So sometimes, in some cases, as a child growing up, the person might receive very negative programming, so a very toxic way of living wherein people, they are being abused, or some kind of emotional torture or mental torture or even physical, and that causes trauma. So sometimes that happens with people, and that kind of conditioning is very toxic, and therefore their life ends up being toxic, because unless they are aware of what's happening, unless they break out of that way of living, they will still allow that negativity to enter their life. So when it comes to a spiritual awakening, it's basically us being aware of what we've understood in our life based on what we've received from other people. We must realize that awareness is everything, and when we have a spiritual awakening, we become aware of our reality. We become aware of how our thoughts create our reality. We become aware of how our life plays out based on the conditioning that we've received growing up. It is very important for us to realize that the conditioning that we've received growing up has a major impact in our life, and when it comes to a spiritual awakening, we almost let go of certain negative conditioning, certain toxic ways of living, certain bad habits. We in a way realize that and come from a level of awareness and let that go, so that that doesn't impact our life in the future. We realize how we can create our reality. We realize how things play out in the universe. We realize that we need to trust the universe, we need to be in a flow state, and our life will change forever. So all I'm saying through this video is that a spiritual awakening is nothing but us becoming more aware and having more self-awareness about ourselves and about what we've received growing up and how to navigate in our life. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys like this video. Do like, share and subscribe so that everyone can get the maximum benefit out of it. And until next time, peace, much love.